So now we move on to the story to introduce scenario number 4, Escape to Safety. Now that you're ready to leave, it's clear that it won't be easy. Sol's voice crackles in from your radio. Stay alert, pilots. The enemy looks to be targeting the Sparrow. We're going to need you to fight them off until we can find a clean exit. He continues in a frustrated tone that you don't normally associate with Sol, but his humour remains intact even now. I hope you didn't have plans tonight because we're not nearly out of this yet. Waves of fighters are coming in hard and fast. Behind them you can see the giant ship that destroyed Medelia seems to be powering up again. Doubtless they'll turn their attention to you soon, but in the meantime you've got to focus on those fighters. This time it's Captain Soma on the comm, her words barely getting past the gritted teeth. Cadets, stay close to Sparrow and we can get out of this together. Whoever is responsible for this act will pay. I swear I will not stop until that happens. She pauses. You can hear the anger in her voice. She wants to stay and fight as much as you do, but it will have to be another day. Your dashboard lights up with the trajectories and alerts. With a deep breath, you head back into the fray once more. So we need to escort the Sparrow out of the system. So this is our first scenario where we're not destroying a load of ships to beat the mission. We need to make sure the Sparrow survives. At the end of every 2 turns, there's a few mission specifics here. At the end of every 2 turns, a regular synthetic fighter spawns alternating between scenario markers 1 and 2, facing the nearest player or the Sparrow. At the end of the enemy turn, the Sparrow moves forward 2 spaces. It will not move into a space already occupied. It starts with 8 hull points per player. Okay, so that obviously ramps up the more players you have because there's going to be more enemies, of course. When the Sparrow moves off the board or reaches 0 hull points, read the outcome. So obviously we're trying to wait to get the Sparrow off the board, hopefully not getting it to 0 hull points. Now there was a beam repair ability card, I think. I suppose you could effectively heal up the Sparrow, maybe. So we've got our weapon, we've got our engine, we've got our ship ability, we've got our tech upgrade, and now we're going to, when we come to the board, we're going to introduce a pilot ability as well for Dusty. Don't forget, we also decided to help the civilians, so we're going to start with 2 stress as well. Right, and here's 1 and 2, where they're going to alternate their spawn points from. So I'm going to get enemies coming after, was it every 2 turns? Yeah, a regular synthetic fight is going to come. I'm not going to read the success and failure. So we'll go over to the Tabletopia and we'll start scenario number 4. So we're going to go into scenario 4, into the gameplay now. So we've got the same character as before. We've got Dusty with a proton blast and barrel roll. We've got shield charge and effect infusion. So they're all the things we had before. With this particular scenario, we get the pilot ability, which is Dusty's focus, which gives us +1 to the number of targets, I believe that is, not damage. Okay, so if you have a little look at this card, you see the +1 in this ring, and if you go to any of the tech cards, you've got the damage in the kind of upside down triangle, and then you've got the number of targets in this one. So what that basically means is I can make 3 targets with my proton blast, but more importantly, and this is the real key I think in this particular scenario, is I'm going to have 2 targets for my normal one if I use that focus action. So that could be cool. We got our full hull, full shield. We have 2 stress because the option we decided to take, and we've got the repair modifier card in the modifier deck from last time. So that's our player board set up. On the board itself, we have 2 normal Ronin Scouts. They're against us. If you remember the mission specifics for this particular one, we're going to get new ships spawning in these after every other round. So at the end of every 2 turns, you get a spawn and it alternates between 1 and 2. The Sparrow itself will be trying to make its way out off this edge of this board before being destroyed. And if we come over to here, you can see that it's got 8 health per player. So I'm literally just going to use this resource track for that purpose. So actually, with that in mind, let's grab a red cube and place it over here. Okay, so we'll put that as the health. Okay, I know it says resources, but it's going to be its health. This is the round marker. It shouldn't matter for round. That's not part of the mission specifics. Okay, and as I said, we've got the synthetic fighters. Sorry, not the Ronins. Synthetic fighters we've got that will be fighting. Hull of 6, 2 shield, and an attack of base 2. No immunities. And there's 2 out there. We've got the modifier deck, and of course, we're just going to be going against this type of ship. There's not another enemy combat AI deck. Okay, so we're ready to go. We've just got to remember that at the end of the enemy's turn, the Sparrow will move forward 2 spaces. So remembering, do we want them to target us, or do we want to be more of a support vessel? I'll have to decide on that in a bit. Okay, so let's roll off and see what we get on our first turn. Because I'm playing solo, as always, we have those 5 dice. Oh dear. As you see, we're already on 2 stress, so that's not good. This could be problematic. This could definitely be problematic for me here. Okay, so what's my play? I might not need much movement, to be honest. So I might just head for this one. So if I do a movement action to here, I've got them targeted. I will be my back towards this guy, and he will probably attack me with advantage. But I think I could do a roll. You know what? That might make more sense. Let's try it this way. So we're going to spend this movement action to move like this, get him nicely in range. We're going to spend one of our... No, what am I talking about? I'm not going to spend that. I might stop him from attacking. Or do I keep my effect infusions? This is interesting. That's just going to be a regular... I won't have any to go against any elite, so all of the synthetic fighters will be regular for the 1-player game. So I feel like destroying stuff is going to be quite important in this. What's the best choice for this? I think let's just stop him. Hard decision. I'm just trying to think what's my best move here. So I could slow him, which means he won't be able to move. That could work. Or I could radar jam, which gives the disadvantage. Or of course I could target lock to give me the advantage. But these all cost a dice, remember. So I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to use my stress dice up this early on. I'm going to be using one probably to do a barrel roll. So let's just do a 2 dice attack against him. So have a look. Straight ahead of him. So 2 dice attack. Let's see what the modifier gives us. Nice. So 3 damage in total. On synthetic number 2, I believe. That's correct. So what did I just say? I said 3 damage. So that's 2 off the shields. And 1 off... Oh, I do not like this. I'm just going to put this onto 5. I've expressed my... my discomfort, should we say, at this tracking, this track here. I really don't like it. Anyway, so down to 5 hull, that particular one. Now I do have 2 more dice. My thought pattern here is I could do a barrel roll to here and then just rotate, just so I make sure I don't give them the advantage. I think I'm going to do that because I'm using the stress dice. It has this symbol on it. So as soon as you use a stress dice for any action that has this symbol, it means you get a free rotation before you do the action or after you do the action. Yeah, I'm going to do the barrel roll first, and then I'm going to rotate to here. I like this. I take 1 stress, and because I reached the threshold of 3, I grab a miscard from here. That goes into my deck. The good news is, so does this +1. And then shuffle. And again, once you pull out the first miscard, you just discard it. I'm not going to use my other stress dice. I think that would be a bit silly. So that's my turn. So we move over to the AI's combat deck. See what these synthetic fighters are going to be doing. So it looks like they're not going to come and attack me. We'll blast around it. We'll see. Now, it's not going to add anything extra, so it's going to be a 2 base attack on infinite targets. There's only one target. Oh, not necessarily. The Sparrow might get targeted as well on this. We'll have to wait and see. And then it's a stun. Now, stun is you cannot attack. So, very likely, as long as they target me, they will stun me effectively, which means I won't be able to attack on my next go, which is really annoying. So we're going to start with number 1. You always go in turn order. So she's literally going to move forward 2, rotate, it's fine, it won't hit anything, and it just stays there. This is going to be the danger one. Move forward 2, rotate, and it's going to hit me for 2. Let's see if it does anything else. 3 points of damage and stun. Oh, not a great start, I've got to be honest. So I'll take the 3 points of shield, and I will grab one of these to mark off stun. Oh, so no shooting for me this next turn. The good news is the Sparrow did not get shot. I suppose that's a saving grace in a way. Let's discard this up here. So we don't have to move that, but the Sparrow will move forward too. The Sparrow in this scenario does not attack. Oh my god, what's that? Oh, that's just the starting space of the Sparrow. Okay. Okay, back to me. Round 2. Let's grab a dice and see. This could be quite tough. With not being able to attack, it means they're going to have pretty much a free attack. Oh, that's brutal, in fact. And no way of doing that. Horrible. Let's see what we get. I'm quite happy with that, because the fact I can't attack means that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Right. I'm actually half tempted to go here to take away the stress. Now, it doesn't remove the miscard from your deck, so you could plant another miscard, but it just means it takes me down to, if we have a little look at the board. Oops, sorry about that. So if I bring it down to here, if you spend any 3 dice, you heal up 3 hull and take away 2 stress. I think it's a bit early game for that. So what is my play? What is my play indeed? I think shield charge is a given. That's definitely going to happen. In fact, I'm just going to do that now. So I'm going to spend 1 to shield charge, which will take my shields up to 2. I kind of want to take them. Half tempted. I'm half tempted not to move, and the reason why I might rotate is because I want number 2 to attack me. And because they're facing me at the moment, not Sparrow, they will target me and do all their movement and stuff for that. I think that's the best play. Remember, the Sparrow only has 8 health. This is tough. Yeah, I think I'll rotate. Now, the problem with rotating like this is because if he gets any forward movement, he's going to move forward, but then hopefully it'll mean that he won't be able to rotate to hit me. So I think that's the good move. It also gets me in charge of trying to take down number 1, possibly in next turn. I could do a barrel roll. Just put me forward. Yeah, you know what? We'll do a barrel roll. Because we can just move to here. Like, no. I like what I had before. You know what? I'm just going to spend 2 dice. It's... Actually, it's silly not to do this. Let's spend the other 3 dice just to get rid of that stress. So So I'm going to take away 2 stress. And try and keep me reasonably in check. I mean, it's not a great round, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's grab the next one. Okay, oh, hack. Oof. Hacks increases my stress, basically. So, again, infinite targets on the 2 base attack. Move. Wow, it's this. We're suddenly seeing the kinds of attack that synthetic fighters do. It's an area attack. So maybe I should have moved, and then it may not have met. Well, we're gonna play it and see what happens. All right. So move forward 2 first of all. 1 can't occupy the space. He's gonna rotate to the closest one, not flip. Rotate to the closest one, which is the sparrow. He's gonna attack around. Obviously, no friendly fire. So he's gonna hack. The good news is he's gonna hack the sparrow, which won't make much of a difference. But it's 2 base damage. -1. Oh, so lucky. So it only does 1 point of damage onto our sparrow. I'm quite happy about that. I'm not going to lie. Right, the other one. Forward 2. Unfortunately, he's going to rotate 2, but he will hit me from behind. I was worried about an area of effect attack, and it came straight off. So 2 base. It's either 3 or 1. So it's obviously going to be 3 damage and 1 stress. So 1, 2, 3 damage. Oops. And 1 stress. So I think actually playing this action was actually a good idea in the long run. Whew, okay, and the stress was from the hack. Okay, that's the end of that. Sparrow will move forward 2. Trying to imagine the reason why you can go through enemies is because it's not like a dungeon crawl where you've kind of got a floor. This is 3D space. So imagine if it's 3D space, you can go underneath, you go above, and I love that about this game because it makes the dogfighting feel really real. Not great for me. Not great for me, but the sparrow is moving. Now, any of you astute will notice that's the end of the second round, so we will have to spawn a new synthetic fighter, which I believe, I'm going to double check, but I believe that's going to go into this space. Here, let's have a little look at this scenario book. Yeah, between markers 1 and 2. So I think it's basically facing downwards until we get towards up here, and then they'll be facing towards us as they spawn. So that happens at the end of every second round, every 2 turns. So as long as we remember that, and that's going to be the struggle, is me remembering that, then we should be fine. Okay, so we've now got 2 turns. So let's grab my dice and roll the dice. Sorry, my computer's been a little bit slow with Tabletopia at the moment. Okay. Here we go. Now, sorry, stun came off at the end of my last round, last turn as well. Only lasts the end of the turn, okay? So that's really important to note as well. So in the combat effects part of the rulebook, it tells you about all the status effects and what happens with them. And it says, to be fair, it doesn't say until the end of the next round, but it is 100% to the end of the next round. Well, that would be stupidly OP, not being able to attack ever. Right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with these dice? It's a nice mix. I want to just... could do with... I'm actually thinking just to have a bit of pot shot at this fighter here, then just bomb it up this direction towards the top of the board. So yeah, so kind of ignoring 2 for now. I'm not going to be able to kill it outright anyway. And I don't think, unless there's any way I can get behind, probably with the stress dice. The stress dice could potentially give me what I'm trying to think of. If I can get over here, behind this fighter here, and face in this direction, I could potentially do the proton blast against these 2 fighters. I mean, unfortunately, my pilot ability is probably not going to come into effect. Being able to target 3 things, it's my basic attack that I want to use that for. So if I do 1, 2, then do. No, I don't think I can quite get there, unfortunately. So I need the 2 attack dice. I do have a rotate. It's tough. Very, very tough. I don't think I can do it. Just looking. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any way I can get behind this, in this space here. I really don't think there is. To here. But even if I'd use the barrel roll after that point, that won't work. And if I use the forward 2, I would end up in this space, but facing this way, and then I can only rotate once, which will point me in this direction. Bummer. Really wanted to use that Proton Blast to maximum effect if I can. Because remember, this gives them Radar Jam as well, which gives them disadvantage on their attack. Oh, I really want to be able to do that. I don't think there's any way I can. I hope I'm not missing something really obvious in that motion. I mean, I'd have to use a stress dice as well, which would give me another miss card. But I don't mind that. If I could... any way at all. Rotate. I might be able to do it the other way round. Actually, if I'm willing to take the stress dice, I could put my stress dice here, and I could rotate 1, 2, facing this way, but then I won't be able to go here. Or just use it to rotate to this direction, then no, that's not going to work. Oh, actually, not all I need to do. See, this is the problem. And what I love about this game as well, it brings you up that tactical problem that you're really thinking tactically. Because to be able to go behind this one, I need to be able to rotate 180 degrees. This only allows me to rotate 120, so I'm not going to be able to rotate the full amount. And to be able to rotate back to my direction that I need to face, that's going to be even harder. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, which is really, really gutting. So I think, actually, technically my best play is to still do a Proton Blast to get this ability. No, actually, I could just do Infusion, couldn't I? To do Infusion against number 1 with a normal attack and just start to hurt them. I may need to use my stress dice to move again and just literally leg it. 1, 2, I'm only allowed to leg it to there. Move there and then leg up to here. I think that's the play, and then come up to here. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. It's gonna be really, really tough. Or do I shield charge? Give myself a best possible chance to try and absorb a little bit of damage. Right, okay, I've made my decision. Let's go on to Infusion, and we're gonna do. Of course, I'm gonna stop it moving. No, I can give it target lock. No, because it's not going to be able to kill it off no matter what. So I'm going to give it Radar Jam, which will mean it'll have disadvantage in its attacks. I think that's going to be my play. Then I'm just going to pound him for 2 in my basic. So it's going to be 2 damage. 2 damage. 2 damage to number 1 synthetic damage. So that's going to take its shield down. I'm okay with that. Next, what am I going to do? I have have a move and a charge. It's not ideal. I feel myself, I'm going to be pounded. Okay, let's... man, oh man. Let's spend this dice to go like this. I'm trying to protect the sparrow as well. I'm fully aware of everything else. Then I'm going to use this dice to do shield charge. So that's going to give me a point of shield, which always helps, of course. It's going to increase my stress by 1, which means I will have to take another miss card. Ooh. So that goes into the deck. That goes back into the deck. Shuffle it up. I'm not liking this. Now that, because it has this symbol on it, I have a free rotation. So I'm going to rotate. For some reason it's not rotating. There we go. I'm going to rotate like... I'm going to rotate... I'm going to rotate like this. I'm more afraid of this one than this one. Remember, oh yeah, I didn't do that, did I? I need to place a cube. Oh, it's alright, they're over there. I need to place one of these red cubes onto... This is radar jammed. So it will have the disadvantage. So even if if it's facing my rear arc, it will have the disadvantage and advantage, which will cancel each other out. So that's my thought process. Okay, let's just play that. See what happens. Okay, so, oof, right. That symbol there is that bolster? No, that's shield. Oh no, that's shield charges. Oh no, with 2 targets. This could be brutal. Okay, let's see what happens. So, first thing is they're going to move back 1. So, they can't move back 1, but it can certainly face me and hit me. But not both of us, so, you know, at least he's not hitting the sparrow. I suppose that's the advantage. So, because he's in my rear arc, he gets advantage. Because he's radar jammed, he gets disadvantage, so he's just a normal attack. 2 base, let's see what they get. And, okay, so 1 damage. So that's just my shield charge that I took out from last time. But the bad news is, he gets shield charge. So he gets 1 point of shield back. He's not within 2 range. Hang on a minute. There's no range. That's very weird. 2 targets. Okay, that's one for the report log. That needs a range, surely, because it's 1 point of shield charge to 2 targets at a certain range. We don't know, unless it's in the beam. I'll have to ask about this card. Right, synthetic number 2 will move back 1, just as it says, rotate. To be honest, because we're in the forward arc, it won't rotate. So it's going to stay there, and it misses. It will need to put its own shield up 1 as well. So it gains. They're going to be quite hard to take down with these AI cards. And now, because we have synthetic 3, he's going to move back 1 and stay there. He won't rotate, and he's got max shields. So I'm going to keep this card over here to remind me that I need to deal with that. Okay, Sparrow. The good news is Sparrow is not attacked, so the Sparrow moves forward 2. We do not spawn him 2 yet. We will at the end of next turn. I didn't think that was too bad. That could have been far, far worse, I think. Let's see how we go. 7 health on the Sparrow. That's quite good. I've still got my repair card. Modify card. Although I don't know if I can do that on another ship. I'd have to have a look. If there's a range on it. I do not know. Let's see what we get. Okay, There's lots of stress going about here, which I'm not keen on. Right, so what's my play here? I say certainly ignore number 2. I can forget number 2. Oh, I'm almost tempted just to get up here. And if there's any chance of taking out that one, that'd be cool. That'd be bonus. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to stress first. Yeah, I'm going to stress for shield charge yet again. Which takes that down to I've got one more charge on that. I think just having that extra bit of health is really, really important. It does increase my stress to near the second tier, which is not good. But to be honest, I'm probably not going to use that. My free rotation will be to do this. Then I'm going to pound it forward. Whoops. For 2 squares. And then I have decisions to make. I have decisions to make. That should be on 1. Now, this is tough. I do have the dice for Proton Blast. Oh, by the way, he's no longer radar jammed. That comes on after there. Wow, what do we do? Do we stress? I don't really want to stress again. That'll be 2 missed cards added to my deck. And even if I use this dice in here, if some of you were thinking to maybe like restore some health and then take away the stress, you would have to take the stress dice effect first. So I would always go at 5 first. So that's the sort of thing I want to do to mitigate that down that way. I think I'm just going to do a rotation. Now, great news is you can use these dice for rotation. So I think I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to rotate like this. And just try and keep my back arc out of the way. But stay close to the Sparrow. I'm trying to do this as an escort mission, like it's suggested it kind of is. We may not survive this. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Let's see what these guys are doing. Okay, so it's another hack. It's still base damage. It's 1 target with hack. It looks like a shift to the left and a 6 range, but it's only going to be on 1 target. Okay, so starting from number 1. I'm in the forward arc, so they'll stay there. They're going to shift to the left like this and rotate. I'm going to assume it'll rotate like this to hit both. It is going to just go for, well, technically, to be fair, it goes for the one with the most hull left, which is the Sparrow. So I'm going to technically say, in the essence of the rules, that would be the case. However, if it did this, I suppose it has its target, so it's not going to... No, it would do this. If we have a little look at this, we've got... He's covering these squares here, so... Hexes, not squares. These hexes here, so he has got a target, so he won't rotate. It's attacking me for 2 damage base with hack. Oh no, which we all know now is stress. This is brutal. 3 damage as well. So 3 damage and a stress. So let's do the damage first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sure. I can't take too much more stress. So there's the 3 damage. Wow, that's really pounding me. But I do have to take stress from the hack, which means again, because it's the second milestone on 5, you take 2 stress, 2 miss cards. That's painful. Put them into the deck. And now, basically, it's going to be whenever I draw a miss card. How many am I putting there now? 2, 4. 4 miss cards in there already. So, as soon as the 4th one has been discarded, and actually taking out my deck, the last one stays in there. Wow. Right, 2. It's going to shift to the left. And it doesn't hit. 3, it's going to shift to their left. Oops, let's move this card. And just misses the sparrow. 2 ahead. 2 ahead and 2 ahead. So it's these 6. So it just misses me and the sparrow. So thank the Lord for that. But as then we need to move the sparrow forward 2. You get towards the end. That's the good news. The bad news is in comes the next fighter. And it will come in like this because it's facing in the direction. Wow. Okay, that's probably it, to be honest, for the fighters, I imagine. And I've still got 7 health on the sparrow. The bad news is, to be honest, see, what happens here? Because I don't think it says in the scenario that you stop the scenario if I effectively die. I presume that's just a what do we call it? A scenario trigger for the end of the scenario, for whatever scenario you do. If you die, you're out. Yeah, I'm going to say that's true. It does say when the sparrow moves off the board and reaches 0 HP, read the outcome. We're going to play it that I have to survive. Now, I've got a ton of tech cards I can just ping off and destroy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 attempts to mitigate any damage, and then I do have this as well, which I'm probably going to do. I would say the sparrow's so healthy that, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. I say let's just be the target and let the sparrow take damage. 1, 2, oh, mind you. He's got to move off the board, so it's 3 more turns until the sparrow disappears. So there will be another fighter as well. Ah, this is painful. Right, let's see what we get. And then, whoops, we'll take it from there. Oh, that's better. At least that's better. My rolls haven't been great, I've got to be honest. I might have wanted to take stress to. I'm definitely taking this down to, which means that I won't hit this threshold again, and heal up the hole. I think that's a guarantee. It'll probably do the shield charge as well. So with that in mind, do I actually want to move? I'm going to say no. I'm not going to take the stress. I don't want to take more stress. So I'm going to do a shield charge. This might be a bad, and that's depleted now, so that's going to be my first thing I'm going to use up. So that's going to increase my shield by 1, and then I'm going to spend, whoops, I'm going to spend, if I can do it, these 3 dice. To heal up 3 and take 2 stress away. I do not want to go into a trauma, that's for sure. And you know what? That's made me a little bit more healthy. I think that's the aim of this particular scenario. I mean, I do need to protect the sparrow a bit more, perhaps, but we'll just play it by ear. See what happens. Let's just see what happens. Okay. So another hack, 2 targets. The good news is we're so far away that shouldn't be a problem. So these are what the synthetic fighters do. They like to hack, it seems. So number 1, it would rotate to go shudchunk. You know what? It misses. That misses. This one will move dum. Misses. 3 will, it's because you have to do it. You have to do this stuff. We'll move dum and hit the sparrow. I believe it'll miss me. It's going forward 3. And these no. So hit the sparrow. 2 base damage. 2 damage, and obviously that doesn't have stress. So let's take the 2 damage. Oof. Okay, this may not be the best play to get the sparrow getting damage. Okay, this one's going to move like this to the right, yes, and then just rotate down. No, I think it'll stay there. Okay, Could have been far worse, I suppose. The Sparrow did take some damage, but that's fine. Move forward 2. Obviously, it's the next round that it's going to be spawning in this place here. I don't know what happens if there's already a space, anything there already. I presume just adjacent, nearest to the Sparrow, I'm going to say, as a general rule. Okay, let's keep going. Sparrow's getting there, that's the good news. Basically, I just got to get in their target range. Try and make them hit me. Give them a disadvantage if at all possible. That's a good mix. Oh, the last, a decent mix. And now I do have infusion. So what I'm thinking, rotate, attack 3. That's my play. Attack 3, get up near him. Forget 1 and 2, they're so far away, they're not going to be troubling the Sparrow. 3 and 4 are. I need to get 3 to attack me. That's essential. So, with that in mind, how am I going to do this? I need to rotate, really. Rotate, forward 2, and then a movement. I've got 3 movement dice and 2 attack. Yes, I do. Okay, let's just do it that way. So, rotate to there. Yeah, I'm more than happy with this. Rotate to there. Move forward 2. Then do a kind of bank move, I suppose is the best way to call it. And which will put me in good stead for now. Yeah, I'm gonna use my first proton blast. I think it's important. Yeah, let's do it. I just want that effect to happen on him. So, 2 base. Oh my word, with all those miscards. 4 damage. Oh, that's awesome. On number 3. So let's 3 and 4 out. So 4 damage. So 2 on the shield and 2 on the hull. Take that. But the most important thing, which is the main reason of doing it, is a disadvantage with Radar Jam. Okay, so all my dice done. Let's see what they're doing. Another hack. I thought it might be. Right, this is what their jam is, it seems, with this. So, number 1 is here. It's going to shift to the right 2. And miss. 2 will probably do that. Shift to the right. I still don't know about this rotation. I'm still not 100% about this rotation. But, well, hey ho. Oh, this could be brutal. It's going to rotate like this. Move like this, sorry, and rotate to directly behind me. Missing the Sparrow, which is the whole point, but advantaged. With disadvantage, cancel each other out. So 1 card, 2 base, and a miss. With the symbol, shuffle in the deck afterwards. Wow, am I lucky. Wow, that was lucky. Right, this one. Right 2, it can't rotate right, so right 1, rotate like this, hits the Sparrow. 2, 3 damage. Wow, that happened quick. That happened real quick. Good news is the Sparrow's nearly gone. But the bad news is it has 2 health. Basically, it has 1 health left. And then if it takes 2, it's dead. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That's not what I wanted. Right, you would spawn. You would spawn in number 1, but I'm going to say, for argument's sake, that I only have 4 synthetic normal fighters, so as long as there's 4 on the board, nothing changes. I'm going to play that as what I interpret the rules to be. I hope that's right, but we'll soon see. Now, my attacks are going to be absolute pants because I've got so many miscards in my deck. So I think I might just probably try and do Proton Blast for the ones near the Sparrow and try and just take the brunt of the force. I need to do that much better this turn. So stress I don't care about. I'm going to use the stress dice. So I'm thinking I'm going to jump up in the grill, hit this one with Proton Blast, and then yeah, I think that's it. So forward 2, rotate, do the arch thing, hit that, then rotate. I think that's my play. I like that play. I think that's the way to do it. So we're going to spend a movement dice to move forward 2. Because I do have that repair modifier card, and I'm pretty sure I could use it on other things. I may be completely wrong there, but we'll soon find out. I'm going to do that to do this. I'm going to use 2 of these dice. Whoops. To do my final ammo on the Proton Blast. So no advantage, so just 1 card. Nice. 3 damage. So this one's fine. But now this one's going to be Radar Channel. 3 damage, that's 2 off the shield. And 1 off the hull. Okay. Then I'm going to use this to shield charge again. Oh no, I've run out of shield charge. Is there any point in doing anything? Let's have a little look. Sorry, I'm just trying to move. I could, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Let's use that. Gain stress. I'm going to barrel roll first and then rotate. I'm just going to, I don't care about this one, I'm just worried about these ones. He's going to attack. Is that the best move? I'm in a bit of a quandary here, in the sense that he will attack the Sparrow and probably destroy it. You see? I mean, he has disadvantage. Oh! No! Right, we'll say this. Oh no, I can't. This is so annoying. I was just thinking I could have put this on there, but the only thing I can do is stop him moving. He can still rotate, he still can attack. So that's not actually going to make any difference. I think we just got to pray. So that's what we're going to do. I think I might have lost this one. But shows the balance, my word, on the last turn. Oh yeah. I think I might have lost this. So, first of all, rotate, move forward 2 and to here, but misses. 2, move to here, misses. 3, move 2 and to here, to still miss, but still will take 3, will take 1 point of hull damage. I think that's right. 4 will rotate. I would say he wouldn't rotate because I'm in his arc. So forward 2 and to the you have to do that. So the good news is he misses. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake that he doesn't rotate. Forward 2 and to the right and rotates. Okay, I'm going to play it that way, just because I feel like this is not clear in the rules. I don't think, in the sense of, do they rotate? Because you quite clearly saw there, if I didn't rotate and he was literally just still facing forward, he would go over to here, turn and miss. So I would win the game because the Sparrow goes off the board. if we follow a kind of golden rule situation, I would rotate it facing this nearest character, so it's actually facing it properly. Then it moves over to here, it rotates, and now the sparrow is in the arc and it can hit it, which it would do. Now, it does have the disadvantage, which is the only saving grace. So it's going to be 2 cards and the worst one. So 2. Oh, you beauty. In this case, it doesn't matter. In fact, it wouldn't matter either way. He misses, because 2 minus 2 is 0. And then the sparrow leaves the board. So in this case, it didn't matter. I'm still not 100% sure about the golden rule. What do they do if not? So by the skin of our teeth, we actually managed to complete that scenario. Right, let's head, not without its damage, surely, but not bad. I mean, the sparrow is pretty much disabled, but it got there, which is quite fitting thematically. If it's trying to escape to safety, we're trying to get the sparrow out to safety, it's going to be close. Let's see what the outcome is. Success. Well done, pilots. Return to the sparrow and we'll get out of here. Captain Soma's congratulations are rare. It doesn't go unnoticed that she's referred to you as pilots and not cadets for the first time. Once you get back in the hangar, you look around for Grease. You're unable to track her down until you ask a busy-looking maintenance tech on his way past. She's down working on a warp drive. It took some damage during the flight. It looks as though you're not getting as far away as you hoped. So that was the success, not the failure, which is good. Obviously, this is the end currently of the mini campaign that they've put out there. So there's no rewards, there's no more story, although that would obviously continue on from this point. And what would probably happen here is, because now the sparrow is effectively to safety in a way, is we might go to like the space exploration stage of the game, where you're taking the sparrow around, getting resources, healing up, repairing the sparrow itself. And then it moves on to world exploration and more battles. So that was the mini campaign playthrough, I'm going to call it, of what we've got at the moment in its early stages. I love it. I think it's coming along really, really nicely, and all credit to Games and Brendan for kind of pushing out there to the community to play test and get as much feedback as they can to really just drive this to be the best game it can be. Ready for I believe it's Christmas time when they'll effectively have things finalised, mostly, and then it'll be off to kind of printers, proofreading and that kind of stuff after that. Cool. Hope you enjoyed it.